Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Yisrael. Welcome once again to Warhammer 40,000 Rogue Trader. And we're back at the Von Valancius Palace, or at least high orbit over it. It's time to head down and see about this ceremony. What could possibly go wrong? Obviously, I'm not taking Gilead simply because, well, Eldar on an Imperial world in the middle of a giant Imperial ceremony. Yeah, that can't possibly go wrong. Yeah, I'm not taking her. She can stay on the ship, where she will not offend the mores, morals, and, let's be honest, rampant xenophobia of my more delicately minded and inflexible subjects, for which read every member of the ecclesiarchy, most of the common citizenry, and if I'm completely honest, just about everyone else as well. Not everyone appreciates the fact that a rogue trader has a license from the Emperor to pretty much do what they like. I mean, there are limits, typically enforced at the muzzle of a bolt gun, but nevertheless. So, the Master of Ceremonies, I'm assuming that's going to be the younger Veerland. Right, to the throne room. Hopefully they've cleaned up the blood and the marble. Excellent, they have in fact cleaned up the blood and the marble. And they've even found some replacement aristos. I'm not sure if they breed faster or slower than the local cockroaches. Right. Is everything ready? Secretaries are prepared. We're ready at your command. The guests have arrived. I'm impeccably garbed for the occasion. What, you're saying that blood-stained armor doesn't suit? Pity. Alright. Then let us begin. May the Emperor be with us this day. Indeed, Imperator et Montoit. It's politics time. Aha! The priests! Rejoice, the new rogue trader generously shows... Wait, I said fuel cells and food. I didn't say anything about giving them coin. Oh, they're going to get idea... Ah, there we go. A day's rations and a personal fuel cell. Apparently throwing out... Wait, maybe that's just chocolate money. Hopefully it's just chocolate money. I hope it's just chocolate money. I know. I am so unfathomably wealthy that all of that shouldn't even be a rounding error of a rounding error, but nevertheless, you do not stay rich by... oops. Ah, there we go. You do not stay rich by spending money. Aha! Tanks! Yay, tonks! Servo skulls, all the pageantry of the Imperium. There we go, Cass and Abelard. As I say, Abelard was a no-brainer in Cassia. Well, it's always nice to give the navigators some publicity. Right, I am at the apex of this world and all others. Well, maybe not all others, that is the God Emperor's right. Rejoice as you've been granted the felicity of witnessing your master, a great honour bestowed upon us by rogue trader Yisrael von Valancius, gracious saviour of Dargonus, excruciator of heretics, gracious protector of footfall, patron of trade, etc., etc. Fear not the coming day, henceforth you are all my charges. Yay, they like it. So much gold and white. Yes, Dargonus. Remember that way, yes, your lordship will be asked to take the oath. I, usual rogue trader, by the grace of I'm bound to be the paragon of humanity, unbroken by adversity, to walk bravely first into the darkness, to unite and reclaim what was lost, triumph over nightmares untold. Boom. hold boldly the reins of fate, to walk steadily the road of thorns through the path to greatness. Yay! It's official, I am the rogue trader, and I haven't been ambushed. That's always a good sign. Right, so the Magna Excelsior ceremony has taken place, the name is spreading across the worlds, and apparently we have a commissar's statue. Yeah, it's rather a good likeness, don't you think? Splendid perception, one worthy of a rogue trader. Thank you. Noble features of this gun of humanity. My apologies. It is not a statue of me. Lance pistol, chainsword, commissar's uniform. It is clearly a statue of Caiaphas Cain. Sorry, Commissar Caiaphas Cain, hero of the Imperium. It's a shame they always forget about Jurgen, but there you go. And we have, the local Eldar decided to add themselves a... Wait a second. Somebody's making a point here. At least he's not actually aiming at the Eldar. That's, something. The exotic statue which formerly now adorns the palace. Okay, fair enough. The reception. Politics. Right, how are we doing? A blessed being with. Excellent. I'm glad you are all happy. Hey, everybody. How's things? Abelard? Yeah. Lord Inquisitor. Governor drives them. This is a great day. I welcome you to my palace on the guests. I can afford to be magnanimous today. Possibly shouldn't have left all the Wraithbone statuary out in front of a Lord Inquisitor Xenos. Just noticing that. Okay, study the face of the nobles in attendance. Drivestem is obviously still the leader, but he clearly wants to get... So, the younger Sarbecs are being courted by the Drivestems. The older Sarbecs and the Gapraks are whispering in another corner, and Sarbeck doesn't appear to like me very much. Well, he can lump it. Yes, provided he doesn't make trouble, I am happy. Of course, if he does make trouble, well, there will just have to be a bit of a stamping, won't there? Right, which will be quite untrue. After all, yes, the Viserians stand apart, their exclusion is palpable. My greetings to the Inquisition. And to you. My shadows never darken the light of the Astronomicon that guides you. Well, Cassia does a pretty good job in that regard, but we've been having some trouble on that front of late. And, Inquisitor and his companion. -20, an old sense of menace. Of course, he's content to hide for the moment. Taking his blessed hierarchy of the Mechanicus. Something in the high session of the ability. In other words, he's either the Lord Inquisitor's personal tech priest, or he is a very, very senior cogboy, in which case that business with Pascal might be about to bite me on the arse. Right. Brass Whisper, which naturally is not his own. Of course. Right, so he's a Magos with a specialization in Xenotech. I have one of those as well. Yoink. Works have been designated by the Genos. Beat, and they warrant due caution. Right, enjoy the party. I mean, as much as you can. I realise Inquisitors are always on the job. I see. Look at the guests. Some of the younger members are getting their first taste of high society. Ranger warrior in black armour. Oh, who's the personal murder machine? Right, take a guess at who is allied with whom in this tangle of snakes. Failed. The only reward is a headache. Note to self, I should probably not be relying on Pascal for all of my logic tests. Right. Leave them. Okay. And what else have we got? These magnificent... fully complies with the artistic canon approved by the Ecclesia. Good, I'm glad to hear it. Right, up to have a quick word with the confessors. Let's see. I assume they're Drusian. The universe is both fast, filled with nightmares. Yep. This magnificent altar to the God Emperor. Excellent. Ah, we have an Alpha Lateral. Why did we bring one of those? I mean, I have no objection to one of those being in the cages. Turnabout is fair play, after all. But when did we take one of a Dark Eldar alive? That generally tends not to happen. Right, have a little wander around here. One of my Lehman Russes. Ah, the Scipion Punisher. Excellent. And what about the rest of them? Oh, Lasfire? Ah, the famed party sport of shoot the heretics. It's much easier when they aren't moving. Really, that's your idea of accuracy and marksmanship, sir? I can have you conscripted into the guard, but let's be completely candid here. I mean, what's the point? You wouldn't last 2 days on the firing range. Right. Oh, apparently I decided to use a lasgun myself. Yoink. Bonk. And bonk. 3 for 3. Ah, thank you. I mean, let's be completely candid here. A Cadian child of 5 would be able to do that. But then Cadians are unusual in that regard. Now, what is this? Looks like we've got something a little bit unusual up here. The serially crackling trying to become twisted. Ah, yes. An intriguing. Don't let the tech priests hear that, or they'll be doing the rite of servitorization within a couple of days. Where did I leave that logic boost? Pascal, excuse me, I need to borrow a couple of your toys. Chirurgeon's manual, 20 to tech use. I had a, there we go, Logic A booster. Commerce or Law Imperium. Bonus to awareness. Yeah, let's just swap this out. I mean, I still have Law Imperium of 89 here, so the Had Pattern Data Loom's okay, and Logic is up to 57 as a consequence. Yeah, slightly better. Yes, I'm cheating. Remember, I am a rogue trader. I have a card from the Emperor that... Well, it's not a card. It's more of a... several miles of parchment that says I can do what I want. Right, where did we get one of those? Wild Xenobeasts. Could we please actually do something proper here? Lord Xenos 52. Detestable Monkey, promising a horrible torture for everyone present. So, in other words, they're just saying hello. And the mutant? Please let me go. I'm not a Xenos. I'm just like, yes, and your... As far as dogmatics are concerned, your outward corruption reflects your inner depravity. Right. Well, I suppose I'd better talk to... Ah, Rogue Traders Winterscale and Corda. Where are they? Time to go meet the rivals? Opposition? I suppose it's a matter of perspective, really. Well, at least we're laying on a suitably lavish feast for everybody. Obscura, really? Right. Oh, I can head further up the stairs by the look of it. Or further. Oh, maybe further back. Von Valancia's Palace. Abelard, Vincent Gap. Where are the other rogue traders then? Are they indoors? Looks like Elliot might be somewhere. Have a quick skim this way, make sure I didn't accidentally miss any of Montab's scam. Don't think so. Note guards, aristos, more aristos. Pass the food. past the rest of the servitor fodder. Because let's face it, that's probably about all they're good for. And, yeah, they might actually be inside. To the palace. Right. And wrong. Nobody appears to want to chat. Okay, so they're not in here. You'd think I'd have proper surveillance in my palace grounds, wouldn't you? Rogue traders, Corda and Winterscale. Hopefully neither of them will be mad about that cache of drugs I removed. How long is the rogue trader in his house? Oh, Elliot. Your gatherings look odd and unusual. I will remember this. Oh, trust me, this is an odd and unusual gathering. Also, I thought I left you on the ship precisely to avoid that kind of problem. Aristos. More aristos. Come on, where are you all? Right, wardens. You'd think they'd be easy to spot, wouldn't you? Maybe she's up... Well, Winterscale's got a rep as being religious, so maybe she's up by the Confessor. Or maybe not. Right, Hedda, Vincent, Kaxar, Viserion. Everybody else is fine. Splendid reception. Wonderful. I'm glad you approve. Now, where the blazes? How hard could it be to find 2 rogue traitors, really? Might need to see the palace decorator again. I couldn't say RuneQuest, I really couldn't. I mean, I go into every single situation expecting to need to order cleanup in aisle 3. Well, that might be a good idea, actually. Pity I just crossed the zone line. Oh well, no harm in having another scout round the palace. Does your lordship wish to proceed to the courtyard? No, I wish to find the nuisances. Maybe they're in the throne room. That would be the other place to do business, wouldn't it? Aristos, more aristos. I swear we could use most of these people as nothing more than guard cannon fodder. What's this? A collection of proudly displayed weapons. Good. So glad you all like it. The presumptuous governor of Verbos 6. The infectious hands were preserved and are still on the hills. We found them. The Sarbaks and the Gapraks and Heinrichs having a chat as well. My congratulations, lordship. Excellent. May the Omnissiah grant you understanding. Observe the guests. Gaprak is looking anxious. Sarbak is suspicious. Gilded Augment? His wife, probably. How are you these days, Toriana? The corruption of Kiavagama was a great political... Yeah, your Mechanicus liaison went techno-heretic and you didn't notice. Always embarrassing. Look closely at Toriana. There's something a grudge. She was personally offended. I give you my word that Kiava... Tell me more about the family. Get back to... Well, Kiava Gamma will be rebuilt in all its splendour. We will make every effort to justify the cost of its resurrection. Macarius, I'm surprised you deigned to make an appearance here this evening. Will I not come by with committing an act of unacceptable insolence? Oh, right, so you're merely here and committing the acts of acceptable insolence, then. I see. Just flirt with the wife and leave him fuming. What has so displeased you, Macarius? But you have asked, too long has the Crown of Samantha lived under orders of rogue traders. The privilege is granted. He has a valid point. Rogue trader protectorates are meant to be folded into the Imperium after a matter of centuries. They're not meant to be permanent affairs. But do many warrant holders exhibit love conduct? No, they do not. Even you are the subject of strangest rumours. Rogue traders are not renegades vested with authority. We will prove it. Doesn't matter whether the claims are true. Oh, I could just call him out to a duel immediately. Let's be polite about this. Rogue traders are not renegades vested with authority. I wish to know more about House Sabak. One of the first noble houses to arrive. For millennia we have served the Golden Throne and kept the faith. Sabak was in 100 wars. I would like to come better acquainted with your wife. He is visibly vexed. Of course. Your countenance is... Alright, I shan't test Macarius' loyalty by speaking with his beautiful wife any longer. I'm glad to know you think highly of my beauty, my lord. Macarius is absolutely furious. Only too ready to change the subject. I see. Interesting conversation, Heinrichs. Very illuminating. Plenty of food for thought. When an interrogator thinks something is illuminating, he tends to mean by the light of execution pyres. Heinrichs looks away. Even in leisure, you never cease to be of help. I appreciate it. That is why they call it the unsleeping eye of the Inquisition. Yes. Be careful today. A wave of darkness will soon hit our defensive lines. I hope our solution... Of course. Thank you. This is what I get for giving him precognition, isn't it? I mean, the ambush was pretty much a given. Sister, how are you? A great day indeed. Thank you, sister. Now, where's everyone else? More aristos. You know, if we gave all of these ladies and gentlemen of the nobility lasguns and flak armor, they might last 5 minutes? Maybe a little less. Ah, Cordia and Caligos. Welcome, welcome. And she's got Hieronymus in tow. Interesting. Right, welcome to the circle, the rogue traders. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, my peers. You found yourself at the very second or diversions against profane pastimes. Right, observe the rogue traders. Broad-shouldered, athletic, frequently smiling, but yes, also something of a rogue. He has a reputation for being a very good friend and someone you do not want as an enemy in the RPG books. Okay, signs of degradation, bloodsheds are expressionless. Incendia Corda, however, is... yeah. Wait, plain black robes. Is that... oh, it's Hieronymus. Welcome to Dargonus, friends. Friends, eh? Now you have a whole friend. I kind of like Caligos, but then again, I suppose that's the point. I will think twice before calling in official. Caligos, thank you for your visit. Could you return something? All I asked you to do is help that Protestant, not play my puppeteer. Winterscale, are you asking me to give you footfall back? Would you beg for it? You go too far, new blood. That's the point. Thwarting incendiaries. Ah, thank you. A very nice rifle. I appreciate it. I suppose at some point I did annoy him. Trophy from a good hunter. How fares your protectorate? More like bleeding scraps. One, the Whoopstorm tore it to shreds. Okay. Caligos wasn't always this nonchalant. Seems he has grown bored of ruling. Yeah, that kind of follows. Thank you for such a wonderful gift, Caligos. Does it come with a good story? Oh yes, the Rifts of Hecton. We had a clash with Xenos. They almost succeeded. 1 in 10 made it out of Hecton. It's now it's only me and Wharton here. Uh-huh. You should be to be a good gift. Right. Definitely esteemed Hieronymus. Yes. Well, probably a pride, both of you. The Reverend has a point. And who's the remarkable warrior? Walton the Grey Arch Militant. This warrior and loyal to him? Uh-huh. Who really... Ah, I see. Grey spots? Size up your opponent. Mark says fond of combat stimulants. Alright, so he's absolutely hopped up on combat skims. Examine his gear. Number of thin blades. Okay, so speed. He's a quick fighter despite looking like one. Right, behind this mask is... Indeed, a careful looking man. So he's fast and he's not stupid. Kill someone important with that would be the best show of gratitude. Incendiary, you seem to find me objectionable. Right. Your infant destroyed my plan for thick banal profit. Theodore taught you only too well. You'll not cease cleansing for abundance of the Pirate's Coach. Really? Really? I cleaned it out last time I was through there. Oh. You threatened to starve footfall, I brought them salvation. So which one of us serves the Emperor and which their own unhealthy ambitions? Please. Hieronymus, your appearance here is unexpected. Ah, right, so he does double duty, does he? Which means that she's backing the Drukhari mission on footfall. That's worth knowing. May the Emperor's light. I see faith is more than just a word to you. Faith is everything. Oh, great, she's hard on the dogmatic tree. I have eradicated corruption on 100 worlds, meaning she's eradicated 100 worlds. And we'll do this on 1,000 more. Indeed. The funny thing is, people still somehow call him the foul-tempered tyrant. I thank you for this visit, Incendia. It will not be a long one. What do you think of the celebration? I like it. We can tell we haven't been invited by this, but yeah, I suppose if it was the Administratum, there'd be more books and much less booze. Not like a Xenomadri, or however difficult it may be an orbital brothel. Enjoy the evening, I must take my leave. Well, they haven't killed each other, and I have a new gun, so that's always good. Now, what have we got? The Eye of Hecton. Eye of Hecton? Gun? Where did that go? It was meant to give me a gun. Where is gun? Gun? Gun, 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 gun. Give gun. Let's see. Imperial Pride bolt gun. Splinter cannon. Ah, here we are. Ardari weapon proficiency. Eye of Hecton. 30 to 45 damage. Oh, wow. Info. 30 to 45 damage. 35 penetration. 20% additional hit chance. Basically, it is the laser sniper. Yeah, I have a new toy for you. Eye of Hecton. Oh, wow, that puts her long rifle to shame, doesn't it? I might have to get Eldari weapon training at some point, but for the moment, she can have that. That is very definitely a boost. Also, check accessories, because there are some things she can use, but not very many. Commerce and law, Navy swashbuckler's coat. In fact, most stuff she can't use. I need to try to get her some better gear. Damage from flint, those are completely useless for her. Right. Perhaps I should pull on some slightly less combat-oriented gear. Perhaps. Portable cogitator, cloak. Reductions. What's my weight at the moment? 15. No enemies of 4-star race. So while in combat, noble mantle. Trader's cloak. Where's that persuasion cloak gone? Embroidered. There we go. Just do a little bit of a swap there in case I have to engage in some persuading. I've got a persuasion skill of 124. I mean, silver-tongued much? Right, what next is on business? Order the Master of Ceremonies to end the reception. Okay, so let's get this done, unless anyone else has anything of interest to say and just poke around a little. Ah, we fixed the throne. And a long list of the Valancius dynasty's successes. The Skeleton Empire is Lakshim the Freak, claimed by Theodora von Valancius 3 centuries ago. Things we can pull off. I see. Right, Master of Ceremonies. I was just proceeding to the courtyard. What do you think of the reception? This magnificence? Okay, I am weary and wish to retire to my chambers. Approached me and said it had a message. Oh, that will be Nomos. Right, I will return to the guests. Glory to the Von Valancius dynasty. Nomos, what is going on? Master of Ceremonies, Corda, Gaprak. Ah, Pascal. Let me guess, Pasky. Nomos wanted to join the party. Extending congratulations to... Oh, I am a unit. Indeed, I am in a unit of a rogue trader. Poison Ring, it has a tendency to miss rune. Right. How are you finding the ceremony? Disorderly. Yeah, you would, wouldn't you? And the servitor? It is Nomos's new repository. Introductions. We are Nomos. We have made of this use. Greetings, Nomos. We enjoy greetings. We enjoy communication and movement. It's disappointing, but at least we can observe. Yes. I see. How did you move into a servitor's body? This is not the entirety of us. Okay. But we're able to transfer a small part, so you're using a servitor body as a proxy. Pascal, you intended to investigate what Nomos is? Every 15 watches I commune with the code and spend prescribed lengths of time. Right, so... As I said, best case scenario is that Nomos is in fact a Silica Animus. Yeah, most of the Mechanicus would kill me because I had it. Most of the rest would kill me to get it. Nomos are trying. Oh, good. Great machines of the Imperiums. It's good to tell them apart from abominable intelligence. Oh, believe me, it is. What do you think you are? We do not know what we are. We have no past. The call and the plea for help near the warrant chamber. Why have you brought it here, Pascal? Okay. What do you want to speak about? Many events, happenings, decisions. You do things that we just don't wish to learn why. You gave us people opportunity. We helped you save yourself. There was fire. You did not listen. You thought only about... Yes. They're called the crew. Given that world's heart, so many human shells with dark light retreated. Go. Yes, we don't. There's some functions, but there's another side. Yeah, it's called souls, Nomos. It's called souls. We envision this larger notion as light. Thread is always on your mind. You want every thread to shine bright. When the thread breaks, it saddens you. That's actually a pretty good way of summing it up. Empower my subjects, lift them up so that they may resist the arch enemy and be loyal servants of the Emperor, and show no mercy to those that turn away. Yoink. We knew we could understand you. Perhaps we too are connected to you? Ah, wonderful. We cannot continue moving on our own. I see. Well, that's all good. So, Nomos is going iconoclast. Is that going to come back to haunt me later on? What am I saying? Of course it's going to come back to haunt me later on. It's the way of things. And while we're on that topic, thank you for pointing out. What I would like, I must admit, is what we have in World of Warcraft, where if you left-click on a slot, it will pop up a drop-down of all of the options that will fit into that area. Right, Poison Ring. It overlaps with the tech use skill, or at least highlights what fits in that slot, because the only gloves I've got... Tech use plus... Alright, let's give her the Melter Ring instead, because... To be honest, the Viral Toxin isn't brilliant, but the Melter Ring is spectacular. Just not sure about anything else for her, is all. Whenever the user gains the names... Quiamp. Imperial Scroll. Or Positive Manipulator. Pascal... Heinrichs rarely gets into ranged combat. So... let's give him the Mysterious Sliver. And then if he starts throwing around some major powers, which I have got to be a little less careful about, then he can just boost up his psychic power damage if he then starts throwing around Ignite and similar. Right. Eyes of Joyeuse, rank of Dogmatic. Okay, yeah, that will do as a booster, because he's had that cheap basic level 1 helmet for a while now. 5% armor. Right. What else have we got? 10 commerce, 10 law. Range attack gains 5 burst critical hit. All attacks of opportunity deal additional agility bonus. Grenades. Hits an ally, that's always a problem. Run and gun is irrelevant. Those can go to cargo. It's the weapons, combat tactics boosted, getting shrouded. If I used tech, any attacks to enemies under the effect of exposed weakness. Possibly give those to Pascal at some point. 15% armor against walk damage. Dark Visionary Hood. Oh, that might be worth it for Cassia. 10% penalty to weapon skill, but I tend to give Cassia... There we go. I tend to give Cassia sniper rifles anyway, so she gains a significant boost to her hit chance. It kind of works out. Apex Predator gloves. Whenever the weapon tilts type marks as prey, they get stacking burst in the end of combat. You know what? I think that will do. Oh, sister, you are short on grenades again. Let's give you the monofilament, see if that actually does anything worth grabbing. At some point, I do need to start parking some of these Tears of Repentance off. And just the grenades in general, if I'm honest. Right. Let's see, what else have we done? Order the Master of Ceremonies to end the reception. Okay. Master of Ceremonies. I am weary and wish to retire to my chambers. Please allow me to escort you. Right, cue the assassination attempt. I mean, let's be honest. The Inquisitor. Of course he did. Stand down. It's the Lord Inquisitor. Really? You didn't have to do that.
We have matters to discuss, von Valancius.
Thank you. Right, will my servant live? Probably.
Unless he suffered from hidden ailments, he will soon come to without any major damage to his health. Either way, oblivion is a far safer option for him than the dangerous privilege of being a witness to this conversation.
I see. You'd be his personal assassin. Right. If the Inquisition wishes to talk, I am glad to be at its service. Now, if you don't mind, I'd like 2 minutes to change my underwear.
A commendable openness to cooperation. It will be taken into account.
Of course.
Master Van Kellox has spent enough time with you. He will vouch for your words.
Oh, hi, Heinrichs.
What stands out from your recent accomplishments is the suppression of a rebellion on Janus, the battle against the archenemy's minions on Kiava Gamma, and, of course, the unusual interest the Drukhari have shown in you. Then that is what we will discuss.
The Drukhari have shown an interest?
Yes. The enmity between you is a known fact. But there is another way to look at it. On Veabos 6, you met the Archon of a mighty cabal, whose presence there seems strange to begin with, and lived. You subsequently encountered a number of her closest henchmen. Yet, again, you survived. Your capital fell victim to a nefarious attack. But even this time, their daggers missed your heart.
Possibly because mine got to theirs first.
Such remarkable luck. To be a personal enemy of such an influential Xenos. To have been attacked so many times and yet make it out alive. So remarkable that one has to wonder, am I watching a spectacle? Could all these thrilling massacres be an alibi of sorts? Meant to establish you once and for all as an enemy of the Xenos and never their ally or even their agent.
Xenos made more attempts on St. Drusus' life than mine. Does that make him a traitor too?
So you already think you're cut from the same cloth as St. Drusus, do you? Ambitious? I'll make note of it.
Rogue traders are meant to be ambitious. What can I say? I do my job.
Places touched by chaos must be purged with fire and condemned to oblivion. Kiava Gamma should have been bombed to dust and pronounced a forbidden world. However, you decided otherwise and restored the colony's operation. And you didn't even go to the trouble of hiding the traces of the neglect committed by your dynasty. After all, it was House von Valancius that gave Cubis Delphim so much freedom that he sank into seditious heresy. What was your rationale?
I made every effort to clean up, and Cubis Delphim is now incinerated. Kiava Gamma is tainted no more. Also, I seem to recall that your interrogator was taking quite an interest in the place.
I hope you are sufficiently thorough. If you are not, you will be called to account.
And may Imperial justice account in all balance. The Emperor, after all, protects. And Janus?
What was the reasoning behind your decision to let Xenos, enemies of humanity, live and act on a planet that belongs to you?
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's basically both of these. One, I was in the face of a Slanishi cult, and the Xenos were acceptable allies. And second, I am a rogue trader. I have the right to strike deals with a Xenos. So I'd actually go with both 2 and 3 on this one. There have been precedents for this, yes, but they were only ever temporary, so let's go with that one.
Strike deals? Absolutely. Cooperate? To a degree. But not hand them inhabited worlds on a platter. I suggest you read your warrant more closely. Remember, the hallmark of a wise rogue trader is to realize that the phrase, "I can do anything," means I can do almost anything.
Indeed, up until the muzzle of a bolt gun.
These Xenos, known as the Aldari, have garnered such influence over your naive subjects that I cannot help but wonder who truly rules Janus now. I must inform you that, should any evidence surface that the Xenos power continues to expand in your domain, it will mean a death sentence for your colony.
And probably me, but that's the risk we're running, letting the Eldar cooperate, rather than trying to exterminate the ecosystem of a maiden world. Right, have I answered all of your questions? Or do I try to flip this round on him? Tut tut tut. Probably a bad idea. Inquisitors ask questions, they don't generally answer them. Right, have I answered all your questions?
Far from it, my dear. The questions are manifold. How did you manage to survive the battle that claimed the life of Theodora, who was so much more experienced and skilled than you? Is it a coincidence that you, and you alone, then made it out of the trap on Rycat Minoris?
Excuse me, I was not
alone.
alone.
Truth is there in the rumors being spread by the heretic Kunrad Voitvir about you?
Wow.
Was it virtuous of you to allow the warp-stricken Voidsmen to join your crew? The ones who served on the ship that was turned into a trap for you by Kunrad Voitvir? Isn't it possible that they were part of the blight he had sown?
It was possible, but they were carefully monitored and quarantined from the crew until we were sure they were not.
The very existence of these questions would have made many of my colleagues doubt the quality of your character. But it won't in this case.
And here's the other half of his imposed bargain.
The Inquisition, which I represent, is willing to show extraordinary faith in your person.
Here it
For
comes.
the sake of our invaluable partnership, I'm going to ignore any minor liberties that you, esteemed rogue trader, may have afforded yourself or may again in the future.
And the flip side is...
I hope you appreciate the generosity of this offer, as your predecessor once did.
Of course. Is Heinrich staying, or are you taking him back?
Which would you prefer? And you, Heinrichs, do you wish to continue working at the Honorable Rogue Trader's side?
Well, he is kind of useful to have around.
I will comply with any order, Lord Inquisitor. If you command me to remain in the company of the scion of the von Valancius dynasty, I won't be distressed.
I'd like him to carry on, if you don't mind.
Then Master Van Kellogg's will remain in place. It puts me at ease to know that there is someone to watch over you.
Of course.
I consider it an honor to accompany you.
Right, and Theodora cooperated?
And benefited greatly from it. The warrant's power is not without limit, and neither is the protection it provides. All those mysterious expeditions, dubious experiments, collections of xenotech oddities are dangerous pastimes. It takes more than the Emperor's permission to pursue them without consequences. One must also make sure I am not displeased by it.
Of course. And Theodora was concerned about the fate of the dynasty. Was it perhaps due to your partnership with her? Partner began with me exerting a certain amount of... Basically, you discovered that she'd done something less than warrant grade legal. However, you are not Lady Theodora. Right, what kind of a... Why such an interest?
You haven't been in a position of power for long, and so one can forgive you for not noticing the troubling changes. The cult of the Final Dawn is spreading in the Coronis Expanse. Not the first or the last heresy that has afflicted this sector, but one that is surprisingly resilient. Mysterious convoys are sliding by, bound for systems in the heathen stars. Just your humdrum pirate trade, wouldn't you say? Then why are the pirates themselves clueless?
So, we what? Hit a few pirate ships, make it look like the pirates got pirated, and find out what that trade is.
The Xenos, who have caused trouble in the sector before, have expanded their activities in the last few decades, and there is a logic and method to their previously chaotic raids.
Uh-oh.
Even 2 packs of space wolves, blessed space marines summoned in my name, did not cool their interest in the Expanse.
I see.
A mighty explorative fleet, which has studied the Expanse for hundreds of years, has suddenly stopped responding to communication and sunk into a dispute over a tech heresy that was considered dead a couple of centuries ago. House Chorda has clamped down on insurgents, yet its acts of brutality breed troublemakers just as quickly as they're executed, and this bloody carousel has consumed the attention of the esteemed Incendiar. Koligos Winterscale has abruptly lost all interest in his domain, and his only apparent concern now is hunting even more dangerous xenobeasts.
That last could be early stage Cornate worship.
And the third and final rogue trader has unexpectedly perished, stabbed in the back by her own master of whispers.
Yeah, that was
The
unfortunate.
Expanse is
Except,
swiftly losing
wait,
its protectors
he didn't
right when
kill
communication
her.
with the Imperium is being disrupted by the raging
Metaphorically
war.
stabbed.
Basically, all the Expanse has left is me and you, if you follow my instructions.
Okay, what kind of deal are we talking about?
I make no deals, and Emperor forbid that I give you orders.
Of course.
That would mean infringing on your privileges. I'm merely offering well-meaning recommendations and expecting that, when the Expanse finds itself in danger, you will break away from your own affairs to heed them.
As best I can. Why do you think I was running around chasing Drukhari pirates for several episodes?
Please accept this gift as a sign of my favor. In an hour of need, give it to any faithful servant of the Emperor, and the Inquisition will come to your aid.
A marker. Wonderful. Thank you.
The color indicates how close the bearer is to the Lord Inquisitor. Scarlet means that you have shed your blood for the good of the Imperium, and therefore, you deserve to have his servants shed their blood for you.
Right. Lord Inquisitor, the greatest honor and oath of loyalty, and join the ranks of the Inquisition. Of course. Well, I don't think I'm going to go quite that far in the Emperor's service. Besides, it's always best to keep a degree of independence on these things. The Emperor protects.
I am glad to hear it. Your oath has been heard and added to the record.
Because, let's be honest here, he could utilise the powers of the Rosette and call that level of support anyway.
Here is where we part. My shuttle is waiting. It is time for me to return to my watch, for you to sleep, and for your servant to wake up. Until next we meet.
Thank you.
Well, you will obviously want to discuss what just happened. But not now, I presume. Right now, it would be better for you to rest and think on the Lord Inquisitor's words in private. I bid you good night, rogue trader.
Thank you, Heinrichs. Well, one conversation with the Lord Inquisitor, and I came out of it with my head attached. That's always a good sign, and a spectacularly rare event.
The rise of the rogue trader heir restored a tenuous equilibrium to the Fon Valancius protectorate.
Wait, is Nomos now narrating these? Huh.
For a time, threats subsided, activity returned to trade routes, and reclaimed worlds began to heal.
And then it all went wrong somehow, because let's face it, that's kind of how it goes round here. Yay, ship!
The new Lord Captain's subjects praised the God Emperor and their leader wholeheartedly. For none knew what fate might await them.
That would be the Drukhari. Again. Yes, fingers, watch, head. Alright. And the morning after the night before. Where do we stand? The High Factotum's lengthy reports. Life is passing by. The Fed's Protectorate. Thank you for the report. Need to go to the final light report to you on personally. Right, truly the God Emperor's blessing me with diligent subjects. Speak. I pass on gifts from your loyal subjects. Okay, that's fine. Worth it. Mechanicus Creations. House Caprak sent shuttles carrying sacred technology. Lord Calcasar is planning a visit to Footfall. They're also being scrambled to Footfall. Secret messages scrambled to the capital worlds. So the Chorders and the Winter Scales are either going to be called to heal, or they're going to start a small war. Lordship's Winter Scales' luck seems to be running out. Oddly enough, they were unable to find any proof of sedition. Interesting. That's unusual. That's the sort of behaviour you'd expect from Chorder. Your poor Xenos is seeking a meeting? Have the audacity to defy the... Yeah. Okay. With that, please ask to take their leave. Yes, relative stability, also known as boredom. Thank you, both of you. Oh, safe. Sturdy safe equipped with several bizarre mechanisms. Antique world trade. Right. Also, they really should let Yerliet in and out of the palace when they please. Then again, perhaps she just likes the entertainment of trying to sneak past the guards. Right, cogitator. Cogitate, cogitate, cogitate. Cogitation continues. And what else have we got? Oh, come on. Boop. Ah, bed. Befitting the status of its owner, of course. Thank you. And my private study. I'm assuming I've got all the secrets from here. I solved the whole sofa, record player, and wine bottle option. Did I miss anything else? I don't think so, but have a quick scout. Mysterious items, several Administratum Adepts. Okay, so nil of note. Right, let's go find Elliot and see what the fuss is about. Also have that uncomfortable conversation with Heinrichs. Long live the road. Wonderful, thank you all. Ah, at last you left your Nate cage. To place with you, not civil words intend a few. Privacy, in other words. Okay. Dark, merely traces of it. So my Elkin found refuge in system known as the Atlas Reach. I see. Right. How will you be able to contact them? You do not contact the Azuriani. Wait, if they're not the Azuriani, that means you got this information from the... They were seen in the Atlas Reach, but if it's not the Azuriani, then that implies it's the Drukhari. Alright, give me the coordinates. Let's go there. Right. To the ship! We've got an excuse to get off this world. Hooray! Right, let's go have a quick chat with Heinrichs as well. And Achilles. Come on. Away I go. Yank. Hello, Heinrichs. Lack of observers. Okay. And Achilles. Nil of note. Right, so we're back onto the generic conversations then. I wonder if Pascal has got Nomos in tow. Yank. No, it's just Pascal. Has caused a slight difference in the ranks of the Omnisires. Analysis of the performance and literally is... Aha! In other words, they bucked up their ideas because the Rogue Trader's personal Magos was around. AKA fancy way to build a pillow fort. Absolutely. Who doesn't enjoy a good pillow fort? And, right, I must take my leave. Okay, right, we are done. To the ship and to the Atlas Reach. What could possibly go wrong chasing down a bunch of rumoured Eldar survivors? Beyond the fact that most of them were dead and I shot up a significant number of the rest. So, to space! Space, I say, space! Whee! Right, to the ship. And since we have now officially hit Act 3, I will see what junk I can sell to the Fellowship of the Void, yes. Alright. Let's stop the bridge, because I want to do the rounds of the companions and see what everyone's got to say. Given that we've just hit Chapter 3, something might have opened up. Alright, Abelard, anything?
Lord Captain.
Nope, he's happy.
Lord Captain.
And Heinrichs.
Let me preempt your question. You want to talk about what happened after the Magna Excessio?
I fully understand what happened in the circumstance earlier. You were doing your job.
I'm glad to hear it. My fears that our conversation would take an unpleasant turn were not realized.
Oh, you're not the only Inquisitor's only acolyte, correct?
Of course not. The Lord Inquisitor's entourage comprises dozens of people. The best of the best. Experts in various fields and disciplines. Some of them I know personally. Others I have never met. To be honest, I'm not even certain that the people I know are still alive. I used to work with other acolytes of the Lord Inquisitor, but in the Coronis Expanse, I have been working alone.
And he's interrogated, which basically means he's one step short of the Rosette himself.
We are not a retinue. We are acolytes. As for your question, I am closer than anyone else to the one I call my personal teacher. The Lord Inquisitor deemed me worthy of undertaking the most important and sensitive tasks requiring the attention of agents of the Golden Throne.
Like watching one of the 3 principal rogue traders in the Coronis Expanse. Don't you get lonely?
I rarely have the time or the opportunity to think about it.
Let's talk about something else.
Such as?
I must take my leave. Okay, so that conversation is dealt with. Right, Master of Whispers, anything... Sorry, Vox Master, anything to go? Nope, that will be all for now. Right, what about Cassia and Argenta?
Greetings.
Okay, until next time. And Cass?
What I have
Okay.
enjoyed.
Done, and done. Right. Seems like the only thing to clean up was... Oh, don't forget Nomos. I doubt he's got much else to say. Oh, he's got his portable walkie bits now. You were at my services body at Magna Accessio House that he wants to get in the cogitator. Because he's in both at the same time. Not in a cogitator or in a... Oh dear. Oh dear. So if he's not in the cogitator and he's not in the... Oh. Please say he's... Yeah, bodies not merely shells. No, they are shells. The human's existence is more than the existence of its shell. That's obvious to us. There's always something more. That would be the soul. We do not know what the ship is not us. The ship is our cradle. We may rise from it one day. We would like that. Oh dear. At this point, I'm starting to think Silica Animus might be the least worst thing Nomos could be. Because we already know Theodore was playing fast and loose with, let's be honest here, chaos. And at least... how bad could it be? What's the worst possible thing that Nomos could be? Far too many things that could do bad things to everybody in Reach, that's for certain. Right, inventory, junk. Ah, hey, Legless, and thank you for the sub. Right, junk. It's not so much junk, but more that I could probably sell off a whole bunch of these weapons. Interestingly, I can use an ancient force sword. I didn't know I was psychic. Oh well, best not to tell the Inquisition that. I'll get packed off to Holy Terror. Right, so we'll add the hotshot Laos gun to the cargo. We can toss the amber chainsword as well. Yeah, I was never very sold on that unstable flamer, was I? Add that to the cargo. Heavy stubber? Hang on to it as a backup, you never know. Right, I think we're about as good as we are likely to get. So, to the star map. Because we need to find the Atlas Reach system. Yes, as you say, God Emperor alone knows where Theodora found Nomos. How bad could it be? Right. Map of the Coronis Expanse. Where are we heading? The Atlas Reach. Adamat, Emperor's Palms, this is Speculo, to the Imperium. Also, I could... Ah, the Atlassian Reach. There we go. An uncharted system that appeared in the Cineris Maleficu. Dear. Yes, that is very definitely Eldar terrain, isn't it? 2 jumps. Okay, you know what? Let's go. I'll use the last of my insight to stabilise the route. So, warp travel to Peloton Solitas. An unsafe jump to the Litoribum Maledicta. Ah, okay, and another astropath's brain exploded. Lucky us. And, oh, Continental Unseen Event. Let's go have a look at that while we're here. Well, it depends on how thoroughly you bashed it into line, doesn't it? Oh, that's the world we need the Holy Relics to deal with, isn't it? Okay, that's going to have to wait. Right, to the map once again. Stabilise the route. Well, partially stabilise the route to the Atlassian Reach. Reduce difficulty to unsafe. There goes all my spare insight. Commence jump. A giant snake. Wonderful. And we have arrived. Chart some new routes. What have we got? 1 point. Okay. Well, hopefully this isn't a wild goose chase. Contract numbers should provide the coordinates specified. They do not register any activity, but maybe they're using arcane tech to conceal their presence. Faint signal at the system's edge. Well, we'll see what we can do. The thread of freight is frayed and is about to snap. Alright, well, we'll do a sweep of the system and then see what goes on here. Chartist vessel ID, but an Eldar contact marking? Right, start the sweep. Begin scan. Tech Priest base. Okay, well, we got some loot worth having. Oh, and we also leveled up. Even better. Plasteel, do not need. Right, sweep through the asteroids. Unusual cluster of binary asteroids. Construct a mining vessel if I get the opportunity. Oh, worth a try. Begin scan. Oh, adamantine. Lots of adamantine. Oh, yes, please. Get an extractium onto that. Jackpot. Sweep the space dust. Unfortunately, the dust price of blowing some, it takes some maneuverability will be somewhat reduced. Oh. Boo. Okay, begin scan. More loot. Trophies. Okay, and last but not least, one Chartist vessel. This totally isn't going to be a trap, is it? No signal. Hang on. Back up before we scan. Make repairs. Then scan. Right, we have one contact. Board their ship, sir. We'll bring Yerliet along because she is basically compulsory at this stage. Cassia, Pascal, Abelard. Let's try without Cass. I can always level up and see if I can get Grand Strategist myself. Okay, following breadcrumbs. Right, that's to the journal. Following breadcrumbs. Boop, boop. Unidentified void ship. Find out if the crew knows something. Well, first and foremost, let's level up. So, Master Tactician. Ballistic skill, agility, weapon skill. More toughness, if you don't mind. I could use a major boost there. Persuasion or carouse. 55 plus 5. Enhanced Medicaid or Imperium or Xenos. Carouse is probably my best skill on that. It's probably the weakest thing I have on that front. Okay, let's push that up. Apparently having a hat pattern data loom makes you more resistant to being drunk. Don't ask. Right, Yillie. Intelligence, weapon skill, agility. Yeah, let's boost your agility. That gets you up to a +6 bonus. And then demolitions, Medicaid. What's her Medicaid skill? 60, that's fine. Logic, Lord Imperial is virtually nil, but then she's an Eldar, that's not really an issue. Athletics, tech use. Boost her Medicaid skill, I think. Then again, we're running into a lot of Drukhari landmines, so let's go for demolition. Right. Abelard, sir. What have you got? Fellowship, toughness, willpower, strength. Willpower's always good. And, okay, your crew skill is already ridiculous. So let's bump up your... Let's bump up your Medicaid skill. Every little helps after all. Sister Argenta. Ballistic skill, weapon skill, agility, strength. Okay, boost her toughness as well. Gets her up to the +5 major bonus. Demo is fairly solid, but I suspect she might need better later on. Lord Imperium. Medicae. Affected by the agility characteristic. Awareness. Nothing of note there. Alright. Boost Medicae skill again. She's turning into quite the talented medic. Right. Pasky, what do you got? Just a major. Lord Imperium, Lord Xenos, Medicae, tech use. +10 awareness. Now they're recommending it. I suppose it kind of fits. His Medicae skill's 75, so he's fine on that front. What's his awareness? Yeah, let's hike his awareness. Give him a bit of a boost there. After all, the more bot checks I get to roll, the better, really. Right, characteristics. Ballistic skill, weapon skill. Toughness is already boosted. Willpower. I do intend to start throwing psionics around a little more with him, so let's hoik up his willpower. Again, puts it over the threshold to a major bonus. And Demolition, Lord Xenos, Lord Warp. I could use a bit more boost to Warp Law. Okay, we are good for the moment. Right, let's keep moving. We have the crew. Intimidated officer. Oh, this cannot be good. Your lordship wrote... Wait, how do you know who I am? So you've seen others like me in the system. Oh no. Oh no. They have seen others like you, Elliot. They've seen Drukhari. I've turned my underlings as he has been torture. Okay. How do you know that I am a rogue trader? Emperor, forgive me. It's a trap! Oh, goody, mandrakes. Oh, not so goody, we're unconscious.
You monkey never learn.
It's a trap.
I'm beginning to think that your kind is eager to step into our snares.
Well, that's the end of this playthrough, isn't it? Rogue trader. What have you done? Elliot, you walked us right into a trap. Well done. Your precious craft world survivor. Oh dear. I will strangle you both myself. Both your fates and now seems unlike to mine. Yes, Pascal, the flesh is indeed weak. Right. Right, you will rue crossing me again. You can do better. Yes, I'm sure. I'm enjoying the sensation this poison made for me. Oh, I'm glad I qualify for such glorious attentions. A special gift from a Dracon. This is not going to be fun, is it? Mandrakes, come on. Oh, good. Oh. We're going to Space Detroit. Yikes. This is going to be unpleasant. Very, very unpleasant. The Obsidian Court. And if you thought Imperial hive worlds were bad, oh, you got nothing on Kamara. Yikes. Like I said, very unpleasant. Right. You are awake. I'll talk to the Master spared no efforts. Ah, good, good, good. Right. Where are the others? What have you done to them? Right. Or just ask the other question. Why am I still alive? But yet, what do you want? Only the truth. A little honesty. I want that which will protect the Cabal. Wonderful. And why am I still alive? Good question. Sharp and narrow scalpel blows to cut away the festering boil on the body of my Cabal. Right. I might be able to play my role better if I actually knew what it was. You monkey, you hate creatures that decline the stage 2 by primal awareness. Sometimes we use you, but to involve you, let alone refuse. There are a few worse ways to bring this on to oneself. Oh! He thinks I'm somebody's proxy. You were being complained. Another hand. Far too simple, but you stayed ahead of desire. Right. Something your spies and agents failed to uncover. Really? Very well, I am listening, monkey. Poor fool, you are so easy to deceive. Yeah, now he's really convinced there's a proxy involved. Okay, apparently, Did I load Baldur's Gate 3 by accident? Apparently I did in fact load Baldur's Gate 3 license. Terrific. Darkness clouds your mind. No, it isn't. Right, so now I have an alien slug in my... Okay, it's warp spawn nightmare time! Yay!
You have disappointed us, rogue trader von Valancius.
So now I've got a demon and an alien slug in my skull. It's getting crowded in here. Better than Space Sao Paulo Favela? Are we going to make comparisons here? Right, select, and let's go have a rummage. Everyone's dead. Achilles Galanda reports a Xenos raiding Garthtrell's Calamity. The Eldari. So basically Achilles was played as well, wasn't he? Ah, good. Doubts and fears. Wonderful. Why is there a shard of Kudarak in your chamber? Yeah.
You are accused of consorting with Xenos, betraying the Imperium, and neglecting the interests of humankind.
Okay, maybe guilty on the first one. But I will deny the second and the third. Just when they got back with the pizza. Yes, Dale. Right. Cassia is messily dying. Bear in mind, this is all a hallucination. And a very pointed hallucination at that. Argenta, dead as well. Yep. Presumably Heinrichs and Abelard. Yep, they were not separated, not extracted. Lovely. Yes, the Drukhari are very, Now that's just artistry for its own sake, at least by their standards.
The Tribunal is waiting for your explanations. Come closer.
this testimony will conclude this confusing case full of oath-breaking lies and heresies. I now expect someone to lend an ear to a lowly heretic's testimony. I was so very wrong. Aha. Let's continue. Theodora von Valansis more than once allowed herself to openly collaborate with Xenos. She plunged her entire protection from apostasy and heresy and went out of her way. Indeed. As a rogue trader, the Xenos is gone. Everything is wrong here. Died, you say, but who told you if I did? Your role in these events is negligible. Ha! Why must I speak to the filth? And so we break the illusion. Right. So disruptive that you lost your mind. Slightly at the moment. Oh, it's gone. It was amusing. The joke is gone. Right, I see. Rogue trader uncovered the crimes of the Eldari, the most important agri world. He allowed him to take refuge. Right. So much for an option to break the illusion. Right. I did cooperate with Xenos, this I will not deny. Cooperation is a double-edged sword indeed. True intention of the set, was there really a war? Right, enough of this circus, Heinrichs. I did not serve any attacks. You're destroying your only chance to make yourself useful to the Inquisition. Do not tempt fate. Do not resist the examination. Or, in this case, the slug in my skull. Oh, it was a hoax. Yes, Scalander was being fed information. Right. This is still an illusion. Do not be deceived. There's a cunning predator lurking behind the fluttering of fragile butterfly wings. So Achilles did not simply vanish. Well, he was at the palace. But yes, the implication is that Achilles is compromised. Right. I haven't noticed something to guilt. We all kiss on is a vicious lie. Rogue trader is obviously stunned. I see. Enough. Well, so much for the slug. Ooh, charming. And somebody else was playing the part of the Lord Inquisitor, and this was it was a Dark Eldar trial. Wonder who was on trial, though. Archon Nazrake, Deacon Dracon of the Cabal of the Reaving Tempest, first blade to Lady Yamara, said, yada yada yada, snore. How dare you come before the Council of the Archons of the Dark City? I see. Wow, look at the female Drukhari. Right, which means I am facing one of the Archons. Look at Marazai. Okay, so he's happy. And Yelie. Yeah, she's going to be exceptionally unwelcome around here. Oh, and hey, we found the rest of Craftwell Kudrach. And... wow. Yeah. Fairly senior Dark Eldar. With greatest respect, etc., etc., etc. Do they have to recite all his titles every single time? Councillor has a turn of platitudes and no longer wishes to... Scientrix, ruthless, chill... since when did Dark Eldar speak in rhyme? A Harlequin? Solitaire? Oh wow, we are in truly distinguished company. A vitriol verbose, the cut and thrust kept time with fate's own machinations grave, but whose deaf foot leads to naught but dust, while from its brutal finish none can save? Right. This. Well, oh, I see. But whose deaf foot leads to naught but dust? And then he line breaks. While from its brutal finish none can save this play. The puppet master granted me through murky stalls the path obligingly. In other words, this is scripted. The great puppet master has Vect himself invited? Okay. And spectators do not belong on the stage, do not interfere. Terrific. A shadow in the shadows I will be. Right. Look at the Eldari. He's not merely a harlequin. With a horned mask, he's a solitaire. Which, yeah, very rare, very... let's just say that off to one side in the hierarchy of harlequins, but if a solitaire is taking an interest, things are big. Things are very, very big. And Asdrubal Vect... yes, the leader of the Dark Eldar. The kind of guy who gets rid of rivals by sending them gifts, such as a small black hole contained within a present box. Right. Hey, Archon, or whatever your name is. I like your mask. And... right, okay, the slug's almost dead. Wonderful. Archon Mazayanesh, that Council finds Archon Yemeris guilty. However, how dare you insult the Council with such a pathetic complaint? Aha, yeah, here comes the next twist. Yes. Someone's about to have a very bad day and not the one that they thought they were going to have. To contradict my decisions, contradict the decision of Vect himself, you fool. The day the Dracon loses his wings, you will go to the arena. If not, well, congratulations. You're going to die in pain. Lay down your weapons and follow guards, although keep what little dignity you have left. Yikes. Turns out I'm not the only one having a bad day today. Right, let's return to you, Yemeris. And all the masks upon their marks now stand. Slave of vanity, the spire ascends. The thief and traitor cast down by her hands. Upon a lead unseen, a player green. In other words, I'm somehow important to all of this. Okay, the slave of vanity is presumably Yemeris. Thief and traitor... In other words, everyone's in place for whatever the Harlequin's anticipating. But your words were worth more. You could just rebuke in truth. Fate's melodies and styles fantastic have entrapped me here. And when I heard them play, I could not keep my lips from grinning wide. In other words, he's enjoying the joke. Here comes the hour for shadows to retreat to where the curtain waits to rise. The laugh with no beginning. The laughing god now since. In other words, shit's about to go down. That wasn't what I meant. Hey! Right. You could have dumped me into a... Sometimes when you do better to ignore them. Away, you vultures. This is not your prey. Oh, hello, solitaire. Again, rise up to take your place and dance, and deftly seize my merchant background. Right, oh goody, and now I can feel everything again, and I wish I couldn't. Road trader von Valencia's lies before you. Kneel and just help me up, would you? Until I get a cup of coffee, my vital status is yet to be determined. The bliss of death will save you, not the whirling waltz of chance and gloom you'll dance. Lovely. Right, feel my body. Every inch is suffering. Oh, good. All the equipment is gone, as is my shoes. Right. Look around. I appear to be in a Komorra refuse tip. Lucky me. Eyes refuse. Who are you? A dream obscure of death, deliverance, illuminating will and agony, a solitaire. Among the shadows and the wings lies were towards my companions. Not here, the roles have been decided now. But if you play your part, perhaps the plot will draw you back together. Or to do. Okay, so everything is at stake here. The gift from beyond the grave. The overture and verse, the final lines. Terrific. Well, at least he gave me a weapon. Right. Remember all the people whose lives depend on me. I shall rise. The power of honor effect permanently, plus 10 toughness. Yes. I have no right to die, not here and not now. Also, where's that slug? Okay. Yoink. Oh, okay, the slug is still around then. Right, so... escape the corpse dump, find my companions, and my sum total of equipment is 1 revolver. Well, I suppose it could be worse. Right, what are my injuries? Fresh injuries, 100 wounds, mangled by cruel torture, deformed bones, so whacking great penalties, and try not to think about everything else that has gone wrong. And to cap it all, I am, in Komorra. What else could go wrong? Guess we're going to find out tomorrow, because this seems like an excellent place to stop. Yes, a very French outfit indeed. At least they left me my hat. At least they left me my hat. Until tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, I may well be using my gun and the big hat of awesomeness to get myself out of this mess. So, gear, companions, and an exit. I mean, that's not a huge order, is it? Deep joy. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for watching, and farewell.